What's up, guys, and welcome to the PvP guide. Patch is 11.2 Karesh stuff. I've been playing since the patch day and I've been fucking loving it. It's the best has felt for me in a long ass fucking time. I started playing Hunter in Dragonflight, and what they did this patch, I mean, they really cooked. I'm fucking enjoying it, and I wanted to create a guide for you guys. It's a little bit different than the stuff that I usually do on this channel. I'm gonna go over the basics. I'm gonna show you the build that I cooked. I'm gonna show you the rotation that I'm doing. I'm gonna show you some WEAKAURAS for it, how to CC in arena, what to pay attention to, how to burst, and all the good stuff. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. So first things first, guys, I'm going to show you the talents. I'm running Dark Ranger here. We're going to go through the Hunter tree first. Nothing major has happened in here since the last patch, except for these 4 talents. So last patch we didn't do anything with explosive shot, and we didn't spec into it. I sometimes spec into this when I was running into double melee or something that I was getting heavily, focused, so that I could get some damage reduction on them after I knock trap. But this is usually how your build looked with this stuff right here. So this was your season 1 build, and what I did this season is basically I specced out of the attack speed, taking the explosive shots, and honestly you could just get away with doing what we have here and just running with this extra crit chance. But if you're like me and you like mobility, this is what we're going to go for, because moment of opportunity actually gives you 30% move speed, and that's what the tooltip says, right? But the thing is, it actually gives you aspect of the cheetah. Now why the fuck does that matter, you might ask? Because of this talent here, aspect of the fox. Now when you spec into aspect of the fox, you can run and you can pop aimed shots. Now let me show you how that looks. You pop aspect of the cheetah. I have this WEAKAURA here that shows me exactly how much time I left, and you can move and you can do your aim shots as you're moving, but the thing is, it's a long cooldown. It's 2.5 minute cooldown if you spec into this. Now what's changed is that when you trap, you also get quick aspect of the cheetah burst every trap. So let's say 2 melee are chasing you, they're on you, there's a Windwalker monk, there's a warrior, you knock them and you get aspect of the cheetah, and you can do this basically. Or we're fighting and there's a healer, you stun him, you trap him, and as the trap lands, you're pushing in with your aspect of the cheetah, chasing the guy. So I really like this, man. I really like this talent, and I'm gonna be using it a lot. But if you don't give a shit about this, if you're fighting double casters or something, you just spec out of this and just get straight up crit chance. That's also very viable. But this is what I'm running. Now on the right side, this is what I've cooked. This is what I've cooked here. I didn't take penetrating shots. I know a lot of people are taking it. I mean, I like it. It's good shit, but I don't know what I will drop here. And the most important thing to know about marksman and how marksman works is optimizing your streamline so that you can get quick aimed shots. So streamline, basically when you have this up, your aimed shot is quicker. And how do you get streamline? You get it by consuming precise shots. Now that's a lot of fucking word salads if you ask me. So what the hell does that mean? When I aim shot, you get these 2 arrows here. Those are your precise shots. Now when you pop your arcane shot, or when you pop your black arrow, you consume those. And when you consume those, you get streamlined. Like I have a WEAKAURA here showing streamline, so I know that my aim shot is going to be quick. Look, bam, it's quick as fuck. Now if I don't have streamline, if I try to shoot my aim shot now, it's going to be a long ass fucking cast. Look at this. Bullshit. But if you consume your precise shots and you go for an aim shot, it's a quick ass fucking cast. Okay, so now that we know what streamline is, I need to show you how deathblow works and how razor fragments work. So deathblow, basically, when you use aim shot or you use rapid fire, you can get instant black arrow. I mean, its cooldown is reset. And razor fragments is whenever this resets your black arrow, it's gonna hit by like 75% more damage. which is crazy. This stacks with your Windrunner Quiver, making your precise shots cause a thing to do 90% more damage, but it's only a 25% for 25% effective for Black Arrow, but it's still good shit. And this also steroids up your Black Arrow, and I think our 2 set is going to give us some damage this season as well. So your Black Arrows are going to hit like a motherfucker. So I'm going to try to get some Razor Fragments here. This might take a while, guys. There we go. There's a Razor Fragment. Now that when we have Razor Fragments and when we have our Precise Shot proc, our Black Arrow is gonna hit hard. Look, that one crit for 5.4 million. Disgusting. Another Black Arrow, Razor Fragment proc. Another big one, 3.3 million non-crit. Really fucking good. But it's hard to know, you know, when we got our Razor Fragment stuff, because like for example our Black Arrow is glowing now, but we don't have our Razor Fragment, so you think you're gonna get a big ass Black Arrow, whereas you won't. So how do we go around this, guys? Well, I made a weak aura here. Let me scroll down here. Razor Fragments. So whenever you get Razor Fragments, I'm gonna post this weak aura, by the way. Whenever you get Razor Fragments here, I'm gonna try to get them. There we go. Now it's going to show like this on your screen, and when you have the purple stuff and you have 2 Black Arrows on the side, your Black Arrow is going to hit hard. So 3.3 million Black Arrow non-crit. Let's try to farm some more of them. There we go. Again, boom, 3.4 million non-crit. So really good stuff, guys. The next thing that I want to talk to you guys about is DoubleTap. Now, what it does whenever you use your volley or you use your true shot, your next aim shot or rapid fire do 80% more. So aim shot just flat out does 80% more damage, rapid fire fires 80% more shots. Now with my volley, I like to fire my rapid fire. And I have a macro. When I press volley, it's just going to add volley at my cursor like so, and I get double tap. And then my next rapid fire is going to hit 18 times. The next thing that I want to talk about is your biggest cooldown, your true shot. Gives you crit chance and crit damage, and most importantly your aimed shot and rapid fire cooldown is reduced by 60%. Now also, whenever you consume precise shots, you're going to apply Spotter's Mark, which is going to increase the damage of your next aimed shot. Again guys, word salads. How it looks in practice is like this. I press true shot, I get Spotter's Mark on him. My next aim shot is going to deal more damage. My precise shots proc, I use them, another Spotter's Mark. I aim shot, precise shots. I aim shot, precise shots. I aim shot, precise shots. Aim shot, precise shots. Rapid fire. So basically, it's not exactly how you're going to do your true shot. If you can, just send those aimed shot and those black arrows, you're gonna do a truck ton more damage. But a really good thing to do before sending that is doing what I just showed you with volley. You do this with volley, then you use your rapid fire, because you increase the damage of your aimed shot by 15%. And then afterwards, you know, your Spotter's Mark, 15% there, it's all going to do more damage, precise shots are going to crank, it's all going to be there. But during all of that time, if you can't get your aimed shots off, it's a good idea to pop your rapid fires. Rapid fires also do a lot of damage, guys. Don't underestimate rapid fires. You basically want to use this off cooldown as well, especially because it randomly gets reset. And when it randomly gets reset, you don't really know it. There's no built-in stuff in the UI, so I made a weak aura about it. Whenever you have your rapid fire ready in combat or it resets, you're gonna get this white stuff around here that basically tells you that, hey, use your rapid fire, motherfucker. You use this, we get a razor fragment proc and weave it in. I mean, you're starting to see how it's all building on top of each other at this point. Next thing I want to talk about is the explosive shot changes this patch. So, Season 2, we didn't play this, it was ass. Now, it's actually good because of these 3 talents here, and I'm loving it. This is one of the most fun factors about the new MM for me. It's basically whenever you use explosive shot, you get lock and load, which is your instant aimed shot. And then when you aim the shot into a target with explosive shot, you detonate the explosive shot for some more damage. However, whenever you consume either precise shots or lock and load, you get explosive shot CDR. A lot of words, boys. So what the fuck does that all mean? Let me show you. I use my explosive shot, I get lock and load, so that's instant aimed shot. But when I consume my precise shots, you can see explosive shot is no longer 30-second cooldown, it's almost there. Then I consume my precise shots again, and then we get the explosive shot back up. Use it, consume precise shots, it's already up there. Almost. Another precise shots consumption, it's almost back up. It's like back up in 3 seconds. You're gonna get a lot of explosive shots. And you can probably see where I'm going with this, but I made a weak aura for it. And I'm going to pop it in the chat. So whenever your explosive shot is ready, you're gonna get the orange one here in the middle. So you use it, lock and load proc, we use lock and load, we get our precise shots, our rapid fire is up there, spend our precise shots, use aim shot, spend our precise shots, explosive shot is back up, boom, precise shots, some more aim shots, black arrow, and you just weave it in. That's basically how you do damage and how all these 3 weak auras that I made work together. Rapid fire, explosive shot, use your aim shot, BBA, and then just rinse and repeat. And now the moment you guys have been waiting for, how it all looks in action, in practice, in reality. Now, I'm going to start 45 yards away. As always, we're going to open with aim shot, black arrow, volley, rapid fire, true shot into fire blood, explosive shot, aim shot, black arrow, aim shot, black arrow, aim shot, black arrow, rapid fire, whatever procs. So buckle up, boys, and let's do this. Okay, so let's take a look at what we did. Black arrow, obviously, hardest hitter. Aim shot, close second, and then everything else. Rapid fires, explosive shots, then our dots, razor fragments. Actually really fucking high, wasn't expecting this. Arcane shot was good, however, we want to prioritize those black arrows during our precise shots, and then the new cloak does some damage. Black arrow dots does some damage, bleak arrows does some damage, and then everything else. But major hitter, black arrow, 6.4 million crit, 3.8 normal, aim shot 2.5 mil crits. Now I'm going to talk about the PvP talents. I usually run these 3 for the 90% of my games. Survival tactics, I almost never ever spec out of this. If you're specking out of this, you better have a damn good reason for it. Aspect of the Fox, I love moving game shots, especially with the moment of opportunity that I showed you guys at the beginning of the video. And then Chimeral Sting, it's usually the one that I run most of the time. You could, for example, go consecutive concussion, but I don't know, I just think that everything else is better at this point. Also, if you're facing a demon hunter, it might be a good idea to go diamond ice, because they can reverse magic your normal trap, but they can't do that to diamond ice. Also, if it's like a holy paladin plus a DH, I would almost always go diamond ice, because paladin can, you know, use his blessing of sacrifice to get out of the trap, and then the DH can reverse it. Just makes it very clunky and very complicated, so diamond ice comes very handy. CC. How do you CC as a hunter? Well, as a BM hunter, survival hunter, you want to trap off cooldown. In an ideal world, you'd want to do the same as MM as well. However, you want to stay the fuck back too. So I like staying at 40 plus 45 yards away from my target if I can, because most targets can only hit me from here on out. But if I stay in this green zone here, this is my safe haven. This is where they can't touch me, but I can, you know, rain terror on them. That's where I like to stay, especially if they're going me. And usually they are going you if you're an MM, bro. But you could die easily if you're like, you know, there's guys here, there's this warrior, for example, and there's his buddy here wanting to tear your spine out, and you're like going in there, going to, you know, I'm gonna trap it, and then you're fucking dead. You go back here, you get stunned, you feign death, you disengage, shit happens, you're getting slowed, you try aim shotting somebody, you get interrupted. Your fucking trap is wasted, bro. Don't do it. Like, don't do it. Stay back. But again, that's going to come with experience when you can trap and when you cannot trap. So usually, like I said, if you can trap, you want to stun, trap the guy with your intimidation. I use a standard focus macro for my intim, and then I just, you know, pop the trap at him there. Additionally, you can use your binding shot. If they see it and they don't move, you can use your explosive trap to knock him out, and then you can trap him as he's knocked and stunned with that binding shot. Alternatively, you can also, you know, scatter and then use your trap on him, but then your trap is only going to be 3 seconds, but sometimes it's better than nothing. Like, if you can't set it up any other way, just send your scatter trap, man. Also, if you're fighting a monk who can TP out of your stun when they're running a port stun, it's a good idea to, you know, just scatter trap him instead of, you know, stun trapping. You can scatter, trap, and then stun afterwards, and it's still like a solid 9-second CC chain. Really good stuff, especially on a monk. Next up is your Chimeral Sting, your PvP talent. Now, let's say you're going this. This is very good, very useful, but a bit complicated sometimes. It works in 3 stages. First stage is 90% reduced move speed. The second stage is 3-second silence, and then they do either 20% less damage or 20% less healing. So, you do this. 1, 2, 3, boom, silenced. 1, 2, 3, and then boom, 20% damage. Keep in mind that the first thing is the slow. So when you're applying it, you're applying a slow, if that makes sense. So if a paladin has Blessing of Freedom on him, or if a monk summons that GG bullshit, they're immune to slows, which means that you cannot apply your Chimeral Sting. If anybody is immune to movement impairing effects, don't sting them. Just wait for it to be over and then sting them afterwards. Also, good thing to note is that you can, for example, apply this on somebody, and then if they use GG, if the monk uses GG, he's gonna get silenced. If the paladin uses freedom, he's gonna get silenced. If anybody uses any movement escape shit during this, they get insta silence. Like druid changes form, silence. Priest uses fade, silence. Paladin freedoms you, silence. Shaman uses whatever the fuck they can use to get out of movement speed, I don't know, silence. You get it. Another thing that you can do is with this, you can apply a Chimeral Sting and then use either your scatter shot or your stun to bridge that 3-second gap. So let's say you cannot trap for whatever the fuck reason, but you just can't. You send your Chimeral Sting, and then so as not to leave a gap between them, they can get the global off. You don't want to stun and then sting or scatter and then sting. You want to first use your sting and then scatter to bridge that gap. It's going to be a tad bit shorter in total, but it's worth because they're not going to be able to use the global. For example, if you scatter and then sting, I'm not even sure if it's going to break, but you want to sting, scatter, and then it's 1, 2, and then boom, the entire silence. And they gotta set it. So that's something that I like to use against a monk, for example, if I can. I sting it, and then stun, and then scatter, and then trap. That's basically what you should use against Mistweavers, because they can port your stuns. And it's like a solid ass 12 fucking second CC chain on him. You could use this as any hunter spec, not just MM, by the way. Also, one thing I forgot to cover is the races. So I'm running Dark Iron Dwarf here. One of the reasons I'm running Dark Iron Dwarf is because of bleed classes in World PvP. I play a lot of World PvP, and if like an Asa Rogue opens on you, or a Feral Druid, and they pop those bleeds and they just kite you, you as an MM, you don't really have a lot of shit that you can do about that. You can just roll over and die. But with this, you get an extra defensive slash offensive. This is really good in arena. You can get like searing glares off of you. You can also, I mean, obviously get death marks off of you. You can get feral frenzy from the feral druid off of you. A lot of other shit. Just be wary of the backlash, like when you dispel priest's vampiric touch, unstable affliction, or stuff like that. If you have UA on you, I would suggest Feign Death and then using this. Also, this gives a nice chunk of damage. So every shit that you dispel from yourself, you get 2.5k agility. Because of this, I critted a mage for 9 million last season, season 2. It was a juicy fucking crit. I had every proc in the book. I had my true shot up. Spotter's mark was there. Who knows what the fuck else I had. And then I popped this. I got like 20 bleeds off of myself, and then I got an instant aim shot lock and load proc, and I hit the poor guy for 9 million. I don't think... I'm so sad that I didn't record that, but I do have a screenshot somewhere, and I'm gonna pop it on the screen of this video, by the way. So, long story short, you can run Dark Iron Dwarf if you want. Best one probably to run is Night Elf. I also play Night Elf. Shadow Melt is just fucking insane. In Dragonflight Season 4, I pushed Legend as human, just because I could go double DPS Trinket. I'm not saying it's good, it's just what I ran and I liked how it looked. You can go Void Elf. Yeah, you get that teleport. You can go Orc for that stun reduction and the damage increase of that 2-minute cooldown they have. Same thing for Maghar Orc. You can go Maghar to get some secondary stats. I know a lot of people are going Drakthir, especially in World PvP, because you can glide around and get that instant knockback, which is good. You can go a lot of shit, man. Like your racial is not going to make or break your class, but the ones that I listed are probably good. I'm sure some other ones are good as well, but these are the ones that I tried and I liked. On top of that, like, Shadow Melt also decombats you, and Feign Death also decombats you. So if you're like in a battleground situation, in a world PvP situation, you can make something like this. I have the get the fuck out macro here. So basically, if you're, let's say you're in combat, you're getting chased, and it's not looking too good for you, you can spam this, and it's basically Feign Death mount. You get the fuck away from there. So just something to keep in mind. You can also make the same one with like with the Shadow Melt if you're a Night Elf. Now for the stats, in Season 2 we went 30% verse, 10% haste, and then everything else went into mastery. Now, I've tried different versions of this. I tried ditching haste, and I kind of liked it. I went full mastery, ended up getting like 10% more damage on all abilities, and I didn't feel that much of a difference, to be honest, with this. So it's up to you. Mastery is your primary stat. You want to max out on your verse, go full cap. If it's 30%, go 30%. If you can go more, go more. I don't know what's going to happen next season, but I'm guessing it's going to be 30% verse, some haste based on your preference, and then everything else mastery. I'm sure you can get away with just going all fucking mastery, just crafting everything into mastery. But if you find yourself that you're clunky, that you need a little bit of that haste, feel free to add some. And I don't know how our set is going to be. On paper, it looks good, 10% Black Arrow damage, but I heard, I'm not 100% on this, I heard it's 66% nerfed in PvP. So if it's like 3% Black Arrow damage and then what, 6.666% bleak powder damage, I don't know. and then the true shot is going to be 10 seconds shorter. That's good, but like I said, we'll have to see. We'll have to test it out when I get my hands on it. I have a few hunters. Some of them are going to get set. Some of them are not going to get set. We'll just see how it goes. Just keep an eye out on what the other hunters are doing as well in terms of itemization, and we'll see how things unfold this season. But in terms of stat priority, it's going to be cap your verse to about 30% and just dump everything else into mastery and a little bit of haste as per your preference. So now we've covered how MM works, we've covered damage, we've covered CC. Now, how to live. These are your defensives. Your first line of defense is your Feign Death. This is a weak aura that I like to use. I'm going to link it in the thing as well. It basically shows all active defensives on you. So let's say a priest puts pain suppression on you, it's going to be here. A paladin puts blessing of sacrifice on you, it's going to be here. Druid puts an iron bark, it's going to be here. You stand in shaman's earthen, it's going to be here. So they're not going to be screaming at you. Which is really good stuff, man. So you know when not to overlap. Like I said, Feign Death, first line of defense. Use this to immune shit. Use this to immune Shaman's Tempest if they're running that gimmicky one-shot build. Use it to immune aimed shots, to immune meteors from mages, to immune big chunks from every fucking class that you can. Don't just be pressing this randomly. It's also good to stop, let's say, Arcane Mage's Arcane Surge. So if he's casting Arcane Surge, right as he's about to, you know, end the cast, you can Feign Death it, and he's going to stop the cast. It's going to piss him off, so do that to him. You can also do it for CC. If you know somebody's CCing you, you can Feign Death a Cyclone, a Poly, and just keep doing damage and stay free. But otherwise, when it's about damage, let's say a Chaos Bolt is being casted on you, don't interrupt it, wait for it to get sent, and just Feign Death mid-air. So you're going to soak in all that damage, and he's going to send it on you. Same thing for aimed shots, same thing for meteors, same thing for like big chunks. Let them waste it, and then soak up the damage with 90% immunity because of this PvP talent. That's your first fucking line of defense. Then, because we're Dark Ranger, we get Smokescreen. Whenever we use Heal, or whenever we use Survival of the Fittest, it uses the other one. So when I use Heal, not only do I heal, I get a mini wall. A mini wall here, that's shown on my weak aura. Whenever I wall, I get a heal, 1.2 mil, and then a wall is here. I can see how long it's there. You have two walls. They're not that big. It says 30% on the tooltip, but it's actually 25 in PvP. So just something to keep in mind, your wall isn't like really good. The best thing you can do is use your wall in combination with your Roar of Sacrifice. So Roar of Sacrifice makes you uncrittable. But one thing that I would note is when Roar of Sacrifice is active, you cannot apply your Spotter's Mark. You cannot apply your Spotter's Mark. So if you're true shotting, you're not getting these, whereas normally you would be getting them. After each time you consume precise shots, you're getting a Spotter's Mark, which empowers your next aim shot. But when you Roar of Sacrifice yourself, you're not getting that anymore. Well, so just something to keep in mind. And then obviously the last thing you have is your turtle. Your last ditch effort. Really press this when everything else fails. But in like 1v1 situations, I sometimes use this before my other shit because I would rather just absorb everything rather than using my shit wall onto it and then using my walls after after I have weathered the storm. But generally in arena, when you wall, your healer can also pop like a pain suppression on you, or your ret can give you blessing of sacrifice, or you get iron bark. So your wall is going to be good. Like use turtle to avoid death, or when your priest, your healer, sorry, is CC'd, use turtle to avoid certain death. And that's it, guys. I think that's so. We learned to summarize. We learned how fucking damage works. We learned what Streamline is, how that works. We learned how big BBAs work, big black arrows, how to make BBAs juicy. We learned how to weave in your explosive shots to give you instant aimed shots. I showed you our rotation and opener, shown you how to do CC, how to live. I've shown you good WEAKAURAS to track your damage, your rotation. So the only thing you have left now, guys, is practice. So let me know in the comments below if I have missed anything, if you like this, if you didn't like this. Well, I don't give a shit if you didn't like this, boy. I'm just kidding. If you didn't like this, I mean, let me know. Boost the algorithm by all means. And yeah, see you in the next video, guys. Bye-bye.